Arr, did ye say booty? Unfortunately not. Boodie Cave is named after the small marsupial that lives there, although archaeologically speaking, this cave certainly is a treasure trove. Well, I always be down to search for treasure. In which direction should I point me vessel?
Boodie Cave is located on Barrow Island, about 60 kilometres off the coast of northwestern Australia, and was excavated by members of the Barrow Island Archaeology project between 2013 and 2015. Because of its now remote island location and protective overhang, the archaeological booty has been preserved.
What's really significant about this site is that it provides the oldest evidence in Australia of people consuming marine resources like shellfish, dated to 42,000 years ago. Boodie Cave also provides direct evidence for how early humans adapted to and found food in early desert landscapes, something that we have very little evidence for elsewhere in the world. In addition, other research at this site has helped provide detailed reconstructions of past climatic and sea level changes, as well as insights into the social systems and mobility of first Australians. Although modern humans reached Australia at least 65,000 years ago by boat, we have very little evidence of them exploiting coastal resources due to rising sea levels. The earliest sites we know of, like Mudgee Baby, are far inland, and the Pleistocene coastline of Australia is now underwater. Consequentially, we know very little about the first coastal people of Australia. When humans first arrived on the Australian continent, sea levels were far lower than they are now, and Boodie Cave was part of a large coastal hinterland, around 20 kilometres from the coast. Human occupation here starts between 51 and 46,000 years ago. It was abandoned during the last glacial maximum, when sea levels retreated, then becoming as far as 50 kilometres inland. It was then re-inhabited around 22,000 years ago, with sea levels continuously rising over this period, until 6.8 thousand years ago, when Barrow Island was completely cut off from the mainland. These changes in sea level are reflected in the faunal record, as excavation and analysis showed that the people using Boodie Cave had a mixed terrestrial and marine diet as early as 42,000 years ago. Furthermore, although we have evidence for 4 species of shellfish when Boodie Cave was over 20 kilometres from the coastline, as the sea levels rose and the site became closer to the sea, the diet of people using Boodie Cave was diversified. Fish, turtle, marine mammal, crab, and over 40 species of shellfish were present, alongside marsupials and other land-dwelling animals as the site became closer to the coastline.
Aye, those people be eating better than my crew, that's for sure. There were certainly a bountiful booty of breakfast at Boodie.
The Boodie Cave material was dated using a combination of radiocarbon and optically stimulated luminescence, or OSL, dating methods. It was important to use a combination of both, as radiocarbon dating has a barrier around 40,000 years, meaning sites that are older than this often return dates of 40,000 years when using exclusively radiocarbon dates. Sand grains were taken from different occupational layers in Boodie Cave, and using OSL dating, the team were able to show that people were living in Boodie Cave between 51 and 46,000 years ago.
That's longer than I've been plundering the 7 seas!
Indeed! In fact, the researchers contend that this is also some of the earliest direct evidence for not only marine exploitation in Australia, but also of arid and desert subsistence practices and adaptations globally. Analysis of a variety of things has allowed the climate and environment around Boodie Cave across its long occupational history to be reconstructed. Isotope analysis on wallaby and wallaroo teeth showed that the area around Boodie Cave was significantly more arid in the past than today, with increasing humidity from the second phase of occupation. Investigation of the types of wood people were burning also showed an environmental shift and how humans responded to it, with evidence of mangrove wood appearing as the cave came within greater proximity to the coast. Looking at the stone tools, researchers found that some of them were made from types of stone that can only be found on the mainland, and were therefore able to show that the people using Boodie Cave and Barrow Island 50,000 years ago moved across incredible distances and had complex social networks.
Arr! So what exactly be the booty of this cave?
Using so many different types of evidence allows archaeologists to draw more comprehensive conclusions. Boodie Cave can be interpreted as being used as a hunting shelter during the first phases of occupation, and transitions to being used by family groups as the coastline moved closer. Importantly, Boodie Cave has the first evidence of marine exploitation in Australia and demonstrates that Aboriginal people were able to use marine resources during times of substantial environmental shifts, while also taking advantage of numerous desert resources. This highlights their successful adaptation to both coastal and desert regions in northern Australia, something for which we have very little direct evidence.